Hello everyone, welcome to our spiritual world. After completing the first chapter of Shankara Vijayam, we now begin the second chapter in that part 1. Let's continue the journey of the divine life of Sri Shankaracharya. Sri Guru Shankara is born to Shivaguru and Aryamba. Sri Kumaraswamy, following the order of his father, Parameshwara, incarnated as Kumaril Bhattu and firmly established the ritualistic practice prescribed by the Vedas in the world. To revive the lost wisdom, Chandrasekhara Maheshwara incarnated in the form of a Jyotirlinga on the banks of the Purna river in the Vrishchala mountain range in the country of Kerala to remove the materialistic interest of all people. Thus, Parameshwara, who incarnated in the form of a Jyotirlinga, appeared in a dream to the king of that country, Rajshekhara Maharaj, who, as per the order of Parameshwara, built a temple for Jyotirlinga and made arrangements for its daily worship. A Brahman Agrahara named Kaladi, endowed with all the attributes, is located near the temple. In that Agrahara named Kaladi, which is charming and the delight of all people, Lord Maheshwara wanted to incarnate and searched for the womb of a pious couple. In the village, there lives a Brahman named Vidyadhiraja. He is a master of all the sciences and the essence of the soul and shines with his mind. The great scholar Vidyadhiraja, due to the auspiciousness of his previous birth, had a son who shone with the radiance of Brahma. Since he was Shiva in knowledge and Jupiter in education, the child was named Shivaguru. Shivaguru, the son of Vidyadhiraja, used to offer his guru's food in the guru's house and first offer it to the guru. If the guru allowed him, he would eat it. Otherwise, he would go without food. Continuing the vow of celibacy with devotion, he would perform Agnihotra in the morning and evening and study. He studied the Purvamimamsa Shastra with inquiry to understand the meaning of the Vedas. No matter how learned one is, one cannot understand the meaning of the Vedas without studying the Purvamimamsa Shastra. Therefore, Shivaguru studied the Vedas and Vedangas with Purvamimamsa Shastra. From this it is clear that no science, knowledge, can be of any use if it is studied without understanding its meaning. After completing the study of the Vedas with the vow of celibacy, the Guru advised him to take up the household life as follows. The study of the Vedas is over. You have also studied Purvamimamsa, the source of understanding the meanings of the Vedas, very well. You have investigated so that there are no doubts. It is a long time since you came here. Manu Dharma Shastra states that one should study the scriptures regularly for 12 years in the Gurukul and only then will one become a pure soul. You are my supreme devotee. I have attained supreme bliss through the good deeds you have done. You have studied the Vedas in the Sangha. So go home now. Your parents are waiting for you. Make them happy. Vatsa. Thinking that life is fleeting, you should complete the tasks that are to be done in the afternoon in the morning. Similarly, the tasks that are to be done tomorrow should be completed today. In this way, the Shastras state that you should complete all the tasks in advance and be ready. If seeds are sown in time, they will sprout and produce abundant crops, but if they are sown after the right time, they will not bear fruit. Similarly, if one marries in youth, one will have children. Otherwise, if one marries before or after puberty, there will be no results. Son. As soon as a child is born, parents dream about his marriage. Therefore, cultivate the dreams of your parents. The ancestral deities of the respective clans want the embryos to be presented to them without interruption. Therefore, the ancestors want their clan to continue to grow so that their descendants do not cease. To understand the Vedas, one must study the science of the mind. Only then can one obtain the fruit of the science of the mind, which is composed of the principles of morality and the thoughts of knowledge in the Vedas. Therefore, one must understand the Vedas only to perform various sacrifices. To practice such Vedas, one must get married. Only after he has married a virtuous wife can he be authorized to become a pure householder. The ultimate goal of marriage is not to practice the Dharma, but to give birth to a child or procreate. If the aversion of the three is severe, one can become a monk without accepting the householder's life. Therefore, Shivaguru, who is extremely averse to it and also very proud, reports to the Guru as follows. Shivaguru, O Guru! What you have said is true. But there is no strict rule in the Vedas that a man who has studied the Vedas, while observing the vow of celibacy, must accept the householder's life and not accept other ashrams. The wise, the one who seeks self-liberation, the one who is completely devoid of renunciation, attains the fourth stage of renunciation. Similarly, the one who does not have complete renunciation and desires wealth, possessions, and heavenly pleasures can adopt the renunciation of brahmacharya and the renunciation of householders. They can adopt the respective renunciations according to the intensity of their renunciation. There is no Vedic rule that everyone should be a householder, but that everyone should be a devout brahmachari. The Shruti rules in this regard are as follows. A. One should complete brahmacharya and become a householder. Then one should become a renunciant, and then one should become a renunciant. B. Those who wish to attain the Brahman principle, as described in the Vedas, realize the Supreme Soul, who has burnt the soul's faculties through imperishable penance through sacrifice. By this holy ritual, the body is reformed and made fit for the attainment of knowledge. C. He realizes himself as the soul in order to meditate on the Supreme Brahman, the pure embodiment of the qualities of goodness. After assuming the body, he is associated with the devas, ancestors and sages. E. This body is fit for attaining the knowledge of Brahman through sacrifices and great sacrifices. F. There are 48 types of birth and birth sacrifices. By this, a human being is reformed. G. The three debts should be paid and the mind should be set for salvation. By performing pious deeds, the inner self is purified and knowledge is attained. By gradually accepting the ashram with the above-mentioned standards, one attains knowledge with sincerity. All these also apply only to the chiefs of the herd. Even if one does not follow the system, one can become a monk from the brahmacharya. One can become a monk from the house or from the farm. The ritualistic practices of sacrifice remain as unsteady rafts in the ocean of samsara. Liberation is not achieved by deeds, children, or wealth. One must have the mind of renunciation of visible objects. Only then can one attain immortality. The above peaceful sentences indicate that the three great ones who are deeply detached do not need to follow the ashram system. These indicate that it is the best thing to do. Mahatma. As I have been in your presence so far, I will faithfully follow the brahmacharya until my death. With a firm resolve, I will wear the palashada and the Krishna jin and perform the Agnihotra. I will study the Vedas that I have learned so far. I will spend my entire life with you, taking care of myself. Mahatma. Why do you hide the path of supreme renunciation and preach the path of instinct, which is related to karma? In the world, one can initially obtain some happiness through marriage. Although some external happiness comes from a wife, after entering samsara, one experiences the joys and sorrows within it. When analyzed, all the happiness that comes from a wife seems to be devoid of flavor. Samsara is devoid of essence. A wise person attains renunciation, knowing that all the instincts and visible objects of samsara are defilements. Thank you for watching the first part of chapter 2 of Shankara Vijayam. In the next video, we'll explore the second part of this chapter with more fascinating insights. Stay tuned.